Kirby's Dreamland is the first game in the Kirby franchise, released in 1992 for the Game Boy. The game revolves around an adorable little pink ball named Kirby who can vacuum enemies into his mouth and spit them out as projectile stars. First off, this is an adorable game. Even though the original is in black and white and doesn't offer much in the way of visuals, we still have some nice little backgrounds and a general aesthetic that just reminds me of Andy's wallpaper. The enemies all look like toys, and there's not a single one that isn't cute in some way. And I can't get over how adorable this little fly thing is. I'm sure it has an actual name, but I don't. Oh, it's called Bronto Burt. Okay. In case you wanted to put a name to that angry little face that you've been blowing up. Anyway, the animations are slick, and Kirby really does feel great to play. I mean, that was honestly surprising for me for such an old game, and I'm not making a generalization. Pick up the first Castlevania and then play this game. You'll feel the difference. While later in Kirby's franchise, he gains the ability to copy other abilities, steal hats, and make animal friends, in this game he is limited to inhaling and regurgitating. Word choice is important here. Now, you'd think this would make the game feel rather boring and repetitive, and I'm sure it does after playing the game over and over again. But because of the length of the game, only 4 main worlds and a shorter world with an end boss, it actually works out. In fact, I really enjoyed the challenge of playing with a limited arsenal, and the fact that you have 2 methods of attack requires you to get a little creative in order to fight your enemies. It makes the game simple, sure, but this works well. This isn't Elite Dangerous with 350 inputs and a learning curve steeper than performing heart surgery on a frog. This is Kirby. It should feel cute, bouncy, and simple. As easy to play as he is to draw, and it achieves this wonderfully. The music is cute. Kirby music may not have the 100 instantly recognizable themes of Mega Man or Zelda, or the pensive ambience of Donkey Kong Country, but it introduces a few good themes that have become staples. The 2 big ones, Green Green's and King Dedede's theme, are both a joy to listen to. It can't really be called original, at least from a music theory standpoint, but they're both fun, and, more importantly, they both perfectly score their respective levels. Green Greens is the first stage in the game, and is the easiest to say the least. Everything from the variety of enemies to the final boss is a breeze, and doesn't take long at all. So let's say you were given this level and told to compose a theme. What feelings would you try to evoke? Bounciness? Energy? Fun? King Dedede, the final boss, is easily the hardest part of the game. This isn't saying a whole lot as he's not that difficult, but he takes some tries, especially if you're new to the game. So here we want a theme that preserves the light and playful aspect of the game, but would keep us on our toes. In the end, the simplicity works. The music blends wonderfully with the gameplay and visuals. As I've said before, this is a simple game. Its music should reflect that. Now we can't be all roses, so it's time to talk about where Kirby's Dreamland gets wrong. Now I mentioned the 2 themes that I personally enjoy, and if you have some favorites among the other ones, I mean no offense, but for me, many of them just turn into 8-bit mush after a few minutes of playing through a level. They just don't seem to fit as well as Green Green's or Dedede's theme. Let's also talk about the difficulty, or lack thereof. This is an easy game, and this is honestly so subjective I don't even want to include it in this category. This game was made to be easy after all. It was made so that anyone could play it, but I should warn you now that if you're looking for a challenging game, play Punch-Out! Play Super Mario Bros. Play Castlevania. You'll be very bored with Kirby's Dreamland. But if you're a young child, this is your first old game, or you're just looking to chill and have a little fun, the difficulty works. First games of their series have a trend. They're messy. They're missing key parts of the series that become integral later. The difficulty is all over the place. And yet, for all of these things, first games like Kirby's Dreamland have a certain charm. These games were not made to continue a series, to sell a system, or to satisfy some publisher. According to a 1993 interview with Masahiro Sakurai, you may know him from a few other little games, he mentions that Kirby's Dreamland grew from the request for, quote, a game that anyone could enjoy. And that's it. That's what Kirby's Dreamland is made to do. Not to take your money, not to make you buy its sequels, not even to make you play for a super long time. The entire point of the game is to make you have fun. Imagine a group of people sitting down almost 30 years ago and dedicating their time and energy to making you, no matter who you are, feel joy.